So if you're a marketeer, you need to market yourself. But I think the best way, especially what I do, is I always get to know people. And by doing that, I let them know what I'm doing. So I think connect. And even if you're introverted, I think it's so important to just connect with the people. It doesn't matter what role they have, if they're connected to marketing or not, because I think you learn so much more.
Welcome to The Ordinary. I'm your host, Morten Sørensen. Today we are going to talk about all the work marketing does before anyone else in the company knows a deal is happening. My guest today is Ellen Aas-Nilsen, a senior B2B marketing leader with more than 20 years of experience driving go-to-market execution, partner ecosystems, and large-scale demand programs across technology, industrial and professional services sectors. Passionate about building marketing engines that actually work, not just on paper, but in the real world. Her career is a study in breadth. She started in IT and security, moved through Nordic event and partner coordination roles at companies like Proact IT and Zenitel, before stepping into senior marketing leadership positions where she has been responsible for full market functions, budgets and partner ecosystems spanning the Nordics. Today she serves as country marketing manager for Norway and partner marketing manager for Northern Europe at Dun Bradstreet, where she leads campaigns that have generated over 1,000 leads from a single event and partner programs that have produced confirmed sales in the tens of millions. Ellen, welcome to the Ordinary Marketing Ops podcast.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here with you.
We're doing this outside today at the lovely venue of Jeløya in Moss in Norway. So hopefully we won't have any rain today. So before we start, Ellen, I want to do a quick pop quiz question for you.
Okay.
You picked, out of 30 cards, you picked 3 cards, and this is the first one for you. Yay! What's the piece of marketing advice that makes you roll your eyes?
What's the piece of marketing advice that makes you roll your eyes? I think it's when people think marketing is really good at PowerPoints.
Yeah.
The PowerPoints. It's always the PowerPoints.
That's a good answer. So I can take that. So let's go into the first topic of today. You have been involved in go-to-market work across a lot of different companies and industries. When you say GTM, what do you actually mean, and why do you think so many people in marketing get it wrong?
Well, I think the GTM is defined differently in different organizations. I've experienced that plenty of times. Some people think it's just a plan on a PowerPoint, as I mentioned earlier. But really it is a complex thing of so many pieces that need to be put together and so many pieces of the organization that need to be brought together as well. So the GTM, the go-to-market, is so much more than just bringing a product or a solution or a service to the market. It is having the complexity of different organizations putting their knowledge together, like knowing which is the customer, what are their needs. And I think you need to put in various aspects from, product, customer success, especially sales and marketing need to just, be so aligned. So I think I really burn for this so that people can understand that it's just not a simple plan that goes for one product. It's a thing that's constantly evolving all the time. I think that's my take on it, at least.
Yeah.
That answered your questions?
Yeah, I think so. But where do most GTM plans break down in your experience? Is it in the strategy or is it in the execution?
I think very often in the strategy, unfortunately, because people don't really align and they step out to the side and they go like here and there, but also it affects the execution. If you don't have a good strategy in place and everybody aligned with the direction you want to go, I think that the execution is going to be more difficult for everybody as well. So you need to have this mindset about GTM that is something that you do every day, and you need to fine tune it as you go along, always. Otherwise, you won't learn anything.
Exactly, but you have worked closely with sales throughout your career. How do you build that alignment in practice, not just in theory?
Oh, well, it has to do, especially, I think for me, I need to really use the people skills that you have, because people are different, people align different, people come from various places. So to align with sales, you need to let them know who you are and from where you're coming from. And then you need to open up to see, okay, where's this sales department or sales leader or director coming from? What's their pain points? You need to really dig into the complexity of what their challenges are and how they want things to go to market as well. So I think you need to just sit together and really get to know each other and how you want to accomplish together, the power of togetherness, and make that sit with sales together with marketing. Because I think very often sales, and I've experienced this a few times, is like, oh, marketing, yeah, they're really good at ads and PowerPoints. And then when you come in and you say, hey, let's bring this to market, let's do this together, they often get a little bit surprised. So I think surprise them in a good way and get them on your team. I think that's what I always try to do.
Yeah, I completely agree. What is the moment you know a GTM plan is actually working?
I think when a GTM plan is working, I think that you see it in so many aspects when you measure the different aspects and stages of the go-to-market plan as well. You can measure the success of it. And there's various, technical ways of doing that as well. And then you always have to go back to the drawing tables and collect the learnings. But a success is if the audience adapts your messaging, your MVP, hey, the market really connected with what we try to accomplish here, I think. And then if you set up for success, all of the teams are feeling fulfilled. Product is happy, sales is happy, customer success is happy, marketing is happy, and of course, top management is happy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do a marketing 101 on this, because this is something, this is just how everybody should see it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, before we go into the next topic, Ellen, you can pick this card, which you actually drew earlier. Read it out loud and try answering it.
What's something you do at work that would embarrass you if it was on camera? Ooh, what is that? I don't easily embarrass, I'm sorry. But yeah, what could that be? I really don't know. I have to say pass on this, because I'm so outspoken. I don't embarrass easily. I don't think so.
Well, that's a fair answer.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think.
Do you have anything, maybe?
Hey, it's my podcast. I don't know. Maybe could I say it's embarrassing to be caught for hours just staring like a zombie at the screen?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's like if you have a surveillance camera and they fast forward like 5 hours and you don't move, that would be kind of embarrassing because that, you know. But it's the line of work we are in, and some of the tasks are really both mind and time consuming, or thought consuming, and yeah. So at the top of my mind, I think that's my answer.
Yeah. I think I actually came up with one because it was during the pandemic where we were just at home office and you had your nice shirt like up
Yeah.
and then like sweatpants below.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I think going on camera with those, they were not nice.
But we don't do that anymore, do we? No.
No.
You dress like you've seen that though. You've seen that though. News anchor, like
Yeah.
in the boxer shorts and just a shirt and tie and everything.
Yeah.
But like sandals and just boxers and socks.
Yeah.
Below the table.
I think that was an embarrassing moment for them. Yeah, definitely. So.
Yeah. So next topic is like partner marketing is a big part of what you do. You have run joint programs with Salesforce, Snowflake, Databricks, Ivalua.
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 Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. What makes a partner program actually deliver versus just looking good on paper?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. I think partner marketing is something, I think that is something that I got involved with a few years back, which is you need to strengthen your brand or your company, and you do that together with others, not just internally and towards the customer, but aligning with a partner or a big partner is strengthening messaging across borders towards customers, everything, because the message gets so much stronger if you do this together. And if you see that you have, for example, the ones you mentioned now, you have an integration with them, you strengthen the messaging, and then you go out towards the customer audience and talk about this. And I've seen this firsthand. They sit and they're like, oh, wow, I didn't know this. So getting that message out together with the partner and having and it's not just a partner program, it's an ecosystem. Just, strengthening layer by layer, working together with them. And also as a company, you learn so much from working with other marketing professionals, how they do things. So I get to have fun when I do this because I meet so many wonderful people, not just, salespeople within another organization, but marketing professionals as well. So I think learning how they do things and then learning off each other. I've done that so much over the past few years, running events and join, campaigns and these things. It's really, really fun. Telling the stories together is an extra strength, I guess.
Yeah. I just need to show the audience what we're looking at.
Yeah.
This is like your home turf, right?
This is my home turf.
I mean, come on. Look at this. Yeah. He agrees. This is
where you find your peace and quiet after a busy day at work.
I can imagine. Almost all year round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we just cut it and just sit here? No.
We can.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be much fun for the audience anyway.
Yeah.
So you've built partner programs from scratch, including at Bember and Zenitel.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part of starting from zero?
It's actually not a hard part at all from starting from zero, because then I get to use my imagination and discuss with other stakeholders within the company, like how do we want to sketch this out and how we want to do it, and you can actually mold it yourself. So I think it describes the business strategy in a way of how do we want to work with partners. So building a partner program from scratch is actually the most fun as I've had, both in Zenitel and in Bember as well. And I think and some of them are successful and some not, but it's like based on ideas that you've used previously, and you get to shape it in the way that the partners as well feel like, oh, this is something that I really want to be a part of.
Yeah.
It should be valuable to them as much as it's valuable to us, and shaping that size or that form is extremely important. Oh, we have a small bridge here. We have to walk carefully.
Yeah. It's like, I can show here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly one of us over the edge.
Yeah.
I really like that response because, to be honest, I really enjoy coming to when you start in a new role, you come to something that is not set in stone. It's not, everything is thought of. You just need to run it.
Yeah.
I like to start with something where people say, "Oh, we haven't figured that out yet. Maybe you can figure it out." I'm like, "Yes, thank you. I'll do that."
It's exactly true. It's so much more fun, and that goes for so many things, not just this, but it can be adapted to anything you want to do. So
yeah.
And it gets people together as well, thinking about how do we want to shape this? How do we want to move forward with this? How do we want to take it to market? What do we want to achieve by this? There's so many questions that you can answer by starting from scratch. So yeah. That's where I am at my best.
How do you keep the message consistent when you are co-marketing with a partner who has their own agenda and their own brand?
Well, I think you really need to understand the concept of the partner to see how the company that you're working for, either if it's Dun Bradstreet or any other company, I think you need to, before you go into that discussion, see how does it fit. And then you need to really think about, okay, and then you need to come with suggestions towards that partner. Every partner, every company, even yourself, always have your own agenda. You want to get leads, you want to get the messaging out. But then I think what I really always try to do is to get them to see the strength of the power of the togetherness, to be honest. I think that's a word that I always bring with me, the power of togetherness, because and I did this, especially with Ivalua, we found joint messaging. We had so much fun working together and finding that setup that really fit the market, move the customers forward into the funnel. So definitely.
When it comes to that, how do you, what do you measure to know a partner program is healthy?
I think you measure it with different incentives. I think there's no partner program without portraying a value for the partner as well. I think that's super important. And that's something that you always need to dig into, have close connection to the partners. It depends on what kind of partner program you do have, but in business to business, it's always a close collaboration with the partners to see. So incentives can be like kickback or whatever. So it's always, revenue or money or bonuses. But at the same time, I think my job as a marketeer is to show them the strength of the marketing messaging together, the strength that if they want to be partners with us, they get to connect with a strong brand as well. It's not just one way, it's both ways.
Yeah.
So, but measuring it, I think, especially if you do live events together, or it's easier to measure. You can measure the leads, you can message what leads you converted to sales qualified, sales opportunities. So there's a lot of different ways of measuring that. And that's what I always do, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out, there's sand.
So before we start the last topic, here's the last pop quiz card that you picked. So,
what part of your job would generally surprise people outside marketing? I think the part of my job that would surprise people outside marketing is, I think, all of the tasks, because I don't think if you ask a random person, what is marketing? You get like 1,000 different answers.
yeah.
So I think generally everybody's like, okay, what do you do? Well, I do everything. It's like sometimes, and I've worked 20 years with this, so you feel like a potato. You can be used to anything.
Yeah.
So I could give 10 different answers anytime anybody asks. So I think they are always surprised when I answer what I do. I can say, well, I had this big meeting. There were 200 partners, came from all over the world. I project managed it from A to Z. They were like, did you really? Is that marketing? Well, it's part of marketing because you need to connect the dots.
Yeah.
So marketing is like, it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
You know, when anyone asks you, is that marketing? The answer should be, that is also marketing.
That is also marketing. Exactly. Yeah. Because I think nobody realizes that so many things that you see every day, if it's on TV or cinema or posters or whatever, yeah, all of that is marketing. But there's so much more to marketing as well. If you go and see an event, or if you, there's so many things. So much fun. So marketing touches many different spaces.
Cool. Thank you. I'll just throw that away. And before we touch on the last topic, I need to show this again. I'm coming back here and I'm gonna have my running shoes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like, for me, the perfect, like running path. You have the sea. Yeah. I'm digressing. Ellen, you described marketing as handling everything before the rest of the company hears about either the company, the product, the service, or the people. CRM, marketing, automation, the system layer. Mm-hmm. How do you think about that infrastructure, and how do you make the case for it internally?
I think, and this is something that I've experienced so many times as well, if you don't have the systems behind it, that's when it fails very often than not, because, and it's, you need to make the case, you need to make the scenario. What happens when something goes wrong? You need to make that case, because otherwise they're like, everything's running smoothly. And then you need to point out, you need the marketing operations set up. You need the analytics, you need the data, especially the data. You need the CRM system. You need sales to be known with all of those aspects, because they're the end of the line towards the customers. So you need all of these things. So if you get sales on board with your requests and you put that together,
yeah,
I think you have a really strong case of convincing anybody, because everybody wants to please sales, and sales is really important to get along with. So I think definitely I would have sales holding their hand, smooth talking, and say, hey, let's make a plan. So yeah.
I love that. You have worked in HubSpot, Salesforce, Lime, across multiple stacks. What does a well-functioning marketing technology setup actually look like in practice?
Oh, so all of them, with a few exceptions, I'm not going to name which they are, but I think a perfect setup is if you have a good strategy and structure for it. Mm-hmm. So I think the structure of it is really important. And then, as I've experienced working with CRM for so many years, it touches upon so many sides of the organization. So you need to have aspects from the organization to understand their input, data, whatever is so important. So getting back to, I think, getting back to the structure and the strategy, I think that's the most important thing. From my experience, the structure of it is super important, and get everybody on board with the structure as well, so that everybody also knows that their input to the CRM system is just as valuable for their colleague or the CEO or the CRO and HR or whatever. Everybody needs to understand what this does for him. Because I know I have a husband who's a salesman. He hates CRM. And I always tell him, but do you understand the importance of the input that is there and how it affects so many others in the organization? Because that data is so valuable. So yeah.
Yeah, talking about data. Data quality comes up a lot in MOPS conversations. How bad is the problem in most companies you have seen, and how do you fix it?
Oh, yeah, it's bad. Even in the best of companies, it's bad, because I think it's important to realize that sales just say, I want this, and they think the data is good, while you have an analytics team that is trying to just, be fully in control. You need to trust the expertise within the company as well. And I think there's so much data that you need good systems to separate and organize the data, because the input of the data is the most important thing that you do if you want to reach out, if you want to know things about potential customers, segmentation, all of these things. Otherwise, you just, put the blindfold on.
Yeah.
If the data's bad, the output's going to be bad.
Yeah.
So I think more companies need to really sit back and realize or recognize that their data is bad, because I think in many cases they are. And once they do that, there are so many things that they can do. And I think they need to start to listen to marketing operations, marketing analytics in a broader, bigger way than they have done before, because they are right there seeing what works and don't work. So I think they need to just trust and also put a strategy for that.
Yeah. But you mentioned marketing operations, and The Ordinary is a marketing operations focused podcast.
Yeah.
Where does marketing operations end and something else begin in your view?
So in my line of work, I use marketing operations for so many things, with events and everything. And I think they may pause, and then you need to come back. So it really is their full circle, for me at least, because I need them at the end of the event as well. Everybody, and then, or the campaign or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think they're a full circle with some stops and pauses along the way.
Yeah.
But they're still part of the full circle of marketing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like to say that they're kind of there almost in throughout the whole campaign journey, because how many haven't been planning campaign, and then you have we need to do this structurally, so you put it in a list of things from start to end, and I bet you that in most companies or marketing teams, when you have done that, you will find that the one task called optimization throughout. Yeah. Who does that? That's marketing operations. Yeah. But it's push play, and then we'll look at the campaign when it's ended.
Yeah.
Because if you add marketing operations at the start and the end, it's So
I agree. I agree, and I think they go alongside all the way. Yeah.
So that's
true.
So we have a lot of different paths to choose from, and if you're dizzy, Let's see.
There's another beach. There's
Yeah.
a third beach we're
So,
passing.
we can go down here because we're about to wrap up. And what a better place to wrap up than here. It's a bit windy, but I'm betting my life on these microphones.
Let's hope so.
So Ellen, before we actually wrap up, if someone listening to this is sitting in a marketing role where they feel like their work is invisible to the rest of the business, what's the one thing you would tell them to do?
Start connecting. I think start connecting on a personal level. Start connecting and be interested in what other people do. If you feel invisible, it's not... So if you're a marketeer, you need to market yourself. But I think the best way, especially what I do, is I always get to know people. And by doing that, I let them know what I'm doing. So I think connect. And even if you're introverted, I think it's so important to just connect with the people. It doesn't matter what role they have, if they're connected to marketing or not, because I think you learn so much more if you take that coffee with a colleague that you almost never speak to. Hear what they have to do. Maybe that will give you some ideas. That's what I do. That's my strength, I guess.
Yeah.
So I would hope if you're a marketeer, you feel invisible, you don't need to stand on a chair and shout out what you do, but just connect.
Yeah, totally agree. So in terms of connections or connecting, where can people find you?
Well, they can find me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or here.
Yeah. Come to Jeløya in Moss in Norway.
Yeah.
I'll leave links or link to your LinkedIn profile in the description. So if you haven't seen it already, just go there and connect with Ellen.
Happy to do a coffee if you want that as well.
Yeah. Ellen, thanks for being on the Ordinary Marketing Ops podcast.
Thank you for having me. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we decided to go here instead of doing it in Oslo. Oslo is great, but this is much more my cup of tea.
Yeah, less
or
pavements
coffee.
and buildings. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.